Happy Monday, everyone. Jason Gilbo here with Matt Vaselli, breaking down some stacking options for tonight's slate. Just a 7-game slate. A little bit of weather concern in that Washington game. I guess that kind of changes the effect of everything tonight if, like, say that game just looks really risky.
Yeah, man, it's just like crazy. I mean, we got, like you said, we got some weather issue. We got, just some pitchers we don't want to pay down for, and some of them we don't even want to stack against. It's just odd. But let's start with the first game of the night. Let's start with Detroit and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's a good spot here. I mean, two of kind of the poor pitchers on the hill. The only thing that sucks is the ballpark, but I kind of look at these stacks. I mean, I think they're priced accordingly, and I think you can stack both sides of it. Detroit bats are cheap. I know they kind of go up and down. Justin Upton's red hot, but we haven't seen a ton of power out of like Miguel Cabrera or Castellanos against righties, but they're really cheap. It's a tire stack that can still go off. Pirates or bullpen's pretty average. They're the road team. Obviously they lose the DH, but that's not really a factor here because it was going to be V Martin anyway.
Yeah, man, he can't hit anything, can he? But if you're going Detroit, yeah, we talked before. You're probably going to go Kinsler, and then Aducci is nice because he's 2,800. You plug him in the outfield, and then I think you still have Upton. He's 5'4", but I mean he's just been hitting it, and with the rest of the value, it kind of evens out anyway. So you just throw him in there, and then Miggy if you want to do the 4, and then if you want to do the 5, you can throw in Castellanos too.
Yeah, and you look at the run total, I mean, it's just at 4, but I don't know. The way Upton's hitting, Trevor Williams is a guy who just doesn't miss a lot of bats. I don't know. I feel like there's 6 or 7 runs within this lineup, even in PNC. Yeah, I think the Pittsburgh stack's more intriguing here, just coming off. I mean, I think there's more value here in terms of guys that I actually want to use. I like Kinsler. I like, obviously, Castellanos, but I mean, I really like Marte, Cutchin, Bell, Polanco, even Josh Harrison. I mean, and all really cheap outside of McCutchen.
Yeah, I mean, this stack is really growing on me, like you said. It's just, man, the outfield, the Bell. Yeah, man, I kind of like them. I didn't really even notice him at first, but I just don't. Zimmerman's not good, And yeah, I was right. The last game was the one he balled out. He had 7 no-run innings in against the Yankees in New York. So I mean, there's no way he does it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I look at Zimmerman. I mean, like you said, I think he's coming off 2 decent performances, and oddly, he's faced the Yankees and Astros. But I mean, blow up against Minnesota, blow up against Cleveland, blow up against San Diego. I mean, he's had notable blowups here, and I just think there's a couple of lefties in this lineup. And then just getting Marte back is the biggest thing because you could never really 4 or 5-man stack this team, and now you can.
Yeah, and I want to look into I'll have to look into stolen base numbers and stuff like that. But if Zimmerman's not that great I think he is pretty good to the plate. But if he's not that great to the plate, then that just makes it even better with Harrison and Marte and all those guys.
Yeah, definitely get some stolen base appeal there. So I think overall, I mean, a good value stack. I don't think they're all that expensive. I mean, like I said, McCutchen's 4.7. He's your most expensive one. On FanDuel, he's 3.9, but everyone else is really cheap.
Yeah, I'm just interested to see what people are going to do about a couple stacks we talk later that are similarly priced.
Yeah. Let's talk Washington real quick. Over a 5-run total, they're one of the few that do. You and I both are kind of in agreement here where it's more one-offs, two-offs. I don't think I'm going quite the full stack here.
Yeah. If we had a cheap pitcher that I really liked, I'd do it because, dude, I've seen O'Grady pitch. He's terrible. Like, he's absolutely terrible. But I love, even if it's just a one-off tonight, I just feel like Rendon's in such a good spot.
Yep, Rendon's my guy. Mash his lefties. I think him and Zimmerman are a really interesting place, and I have to see what the else the lineup looks like because, I mean, Howie Kendricks hit lefties pretty well this year. He's another one, but Rendon, 501 WOBA, 365 ISO against lefties.
Yeah,
it's sick.
That's great. That's what I'm saying. I really wish there were some cheap pitchers tonight because I want to do the Zimmerman, Rendon, Kendrick, and then you know what? Why not? Let's just throw in Harper Murphy. It can never hurt, Because
Right.
if I'm like I always say, if I'm stacking a team like that, the same thing I do with Jake Lamb against lefties. If I'm stacking a team, I always throw in the one guy that nobody's going to play because if, like I said, if I'm stacking them, I'm expecting them to score 10, 15 runs. I want them to go off. And when that happens, then, Lamb in that case at 7%, or this case, Murphy, Harper, especially on this slate where they're so expensive and nobody has the money to pay for them. We're talking 10%, and they're going to get a Miami bullpen that's terrible.
Right. I'm with you. I mean, I think when I look at like you said, I think because there's no cheap pitching. I mean, I think on FanDuel, if you want to pay down as one pitcher and kind of get a cheaper pitcher and go the Washington stack there, then I think that's fine. But DraftKings, I think paying up for two pitching is going to be half the way, basically the way I go.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And if I did do it on FanDuel, I think I do the 3 righties and then just pick either Harper or Murphy.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
And, or do 2 of them, 1 with Harper, 1 with Murphy.
Yeah. Let's go to Great American. Chassin versus Tim Edelman, 2 poor pitchers. I kind of like the San Diego side more here.
Yeah, no, I definitely like the San Diego side more here. That's not even a question for me. I look at some of these prices and I just, and like I said, you've probably it sounds like a broken record now, but the road team is, something I always look at.
Yeah, I mean, always guarantee that 9th inning. You look at Edelman, this is a guy 344 woba to righties, 374 to lefties. This lineup's always changing. I never know what the hell it's going to look like, but obviously Myers, Solarte, Margot. I even don't mind Renfroe here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think Renfroe and Myers are who I really want here, and I think Solarte's in a good spot. Margot's been hot, so yes, I like that call too. 5 minute, it'll be interesting. Maybe Hedges. I don't know. He's been kind of struggling. We'll have to see. Maybe Matt Caesar. Who knows what this lineup's going to throw at us?
Yeah, I mean, we're probably gonna. Yeah, I was going to say him. Maybe Jose Perella would be a guy who pops up into the lineup. So, I mean, it's going to be one that shapes out, but it's definitely a stack. It's a stack that you compare with Scherzer. They're getting, obviously, the huge bump in park factors moving into Great American. So, yeah, I'm with you. I mean, obviously, we don't stack San Diego often, but this is a spot where you can do it just kind of given the slate.
I do think Pittsburgh's similarly priced. I'd rather have them.
Over San Diego?
Yes.
Yeah, I think, obviously you downgrade the park, but those guys are obviously far more talented than the San Diego Bats.
Yes.
So, red side, I want to stack. I really do, but I think I'm just looking at one-offs.
Yeah, I really don't think I can stack here. I know Chassin's more of a home guy, not a road guy, but like you brought up earlier, he's good at getting ground balls, which, I mean, that's going to kill people like Duvall and Suarez, But I do think, and I don't even know about Billy here, but you mentioned Scooter. I like that. I think that easily the number one play in this is Votto, and he's 5'3", and nobody's going to play him tonight. So that's always a good spot.
Yeah, I think it's the lefties here, as you said. Scooter, Votto, both those guys over 400 wobo against righties. Chassin.
Yeah, if Schebler wasn't out, I'd say yeah, but
if Schebler was in, then I think the stack becomes more viable because you get that extra lefty.
Maybe Jesse Winker is a one-off.
Yeah, he's cheap.
He's a lefty.
It's true.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think Votto's the number one guy for me here, but he's 5'3". I don't really know what. I mean, I think my first basemen are going to be part of stacks tonight. You know what I mean?
And looking at the prices of Josh Bell, Miguel Cabrera, Zimmerman, Will Myers, we just named 4 far cheaper guys in stacks.
And what I think might be all better spots.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I think
Votto is Votto, but you know what I mean? Like, just look at some of these, like maybe not Myers in a better spot. Yeah, price considered. Yeah, what's it gonna get me? Is it gonna make the difference for me being able to get Scherzer? Then yes, it's much better play in my eyes.
Right. No, I totally get you. So I think if you're looking at Cincinnati, it's more one-offs, two-offs than anything.
Let's go to Minnesota here. Talk about Milwaukee.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how many people dive into Irvin Santana and go that route tonight because he's more expensive, but obviously the strikeout upside's there anytime a pitcher of his caliber. And by his caliber, I just mean he's above average to average at best. But facing a Milwaukee team that strikes out a ton, I'd rather just take Milwaukee and kind of go in against the grain here.
Yeah. Now that I'm starting to look at it, I don't even know who I'd stack on them. Like I not saying that they don't have enough guys. They almost might have too many for my liking tonight. Who knows? Perez is always in and out of the lineup. You never know. I think Shaw will be back after getting hit in the neck, but you don't know there. Thames and Braun, just lock them in if they're going to play. But, like, they've been doing you got to realize they are going to Minnesota tonight, so they are going to get a DH. And which I think means they get to play one of my favorite guys. I love playing this guy. They might get Jesus Aguilar in the lineup.
Yeah, I would assume so. He's probably going to be hitting fifth or fourth. I mean, depending on.
And I love playing him. I absolutely love playing him. And I'd love to play him here too, and throw him in there with Thames, playing both. Just throw Thames in the outfield.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, like you said, this is going to be an interesting line that comes out. Say Shaw does sit, say Domingo Santana does sit. I don't think I can stack it.
See, I still think I can. You gotta go the 2 first basemen, and then you probably go. Well, you're gonna go Braun, and then you'd probably go Hernan, and then there's still Broxton, there's still Pena, Sogard might play, VR might play. Like, there's a lot of options here.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think the value aspect's there because, like you said, if those guys are out of lineup, Broxton, Sogard, Pena become better plays.
I understand what you're saying. It drops the stack down because their top guys aren't in there, so they're more likely to get out more, or maybe not score as many runs with the power upside. But I mean, you get a couple of the, and what I like about it is it opens up third base, so I can just plug Rendon in everywhere.
Right. But I kind of look and go, all right, let's say those guys are out. Do I want to play Broxton over maybe a Polanco? Probably not. I mean, multiple lamps. I mean, I guess I can see using it, but I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I guess I'm with you. I'm expecting a full lineup. If I get a full lineup, I'm going to stack it. I just kind of want to see what it comes out to be.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you there.
So, anyone in these late games at all?
I actually don't think I'm on the late games. I almost think that this might be a besides Scherzer, we always have to see what's going on there. Sure, that could totally throw my day off if that weather's not there because I'm planning on throwing Rendon in every single lineup besides maybe the Milwaukee stack. And Scherzer, that would really throw a wrench in things because then all the ownership's probably going to go to Arrieta. But I think it's just one of those days where the 4 early games are all the bats and the late games are the pitching.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely with you. I don't see anyone in terms of pitching outside of Scherzer in the early that I really like because that Los Angeles-Baltimore game's kind of wonky. The run total is up around 8.5, 9. But those are actually 2 pitchers that could actually have some viability on this slate.
What game, Baltimore?
Yeah, the Baltimore Los Angeles games.
I don't know about those 2 though.
that I think that's going to honestly be probably maybe the difference maker on this slate is that game right there, and it sucks that it is.
If Minnesota throws out just not that great of a lineup, I mean, instead of pitching those 2, I think I'd rather pitch Sutter.
Yeah, I mean, Dozier had the day off. I don't know what his status is. Sano's banged up. Outside of that, I mean, there's not a lot of good right-handed bats. I mean, you got a couple like Grossman and Chris Jimenez who can hit lefties, but that's it.
That's not going to scare me away.
No, yeah, I mean, this is definitely one of those ones where we need to see some lineups, but overall, I think those stacks, as you said, are just all in the early games.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. Like, I guess if you want to be contrarian, you can stack a team late because nobody's going to do it.
No, I mean, you can stack Cubs if you want.
Maybe Baltimore might get some, but
yeah, Baltimore
just because of yesterday.
I don't know. The Angels have been putting up some decent runs. I mean, Cameron Maybin might be back in the lineup. I mean, Maybin, Calhoun,
really?
Trout, Pujols, Simmons. Simmons is a little expensive for my taste, but
he's coming back. David?
Yeah, from what I've seen, he was expected to be back here pretty soon.
Oh wow, okay. I love playing him, so that's good news. I put him as one-offs everything. Like, he gets up there, and if they're gonna score runs, he's scoring them. Like, he's stealing bases. He does everything. I love that guy.
Yeah, when Trout was out, I mean, there was a reason why Angels' offense wasn't as bad because I mean, Maybin was actually on fire.
No, he was killing it, dude.
So I don't know if he's back in the lineup tonight. I mean, I definitely don't mind him.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
So, I mean, I guess the Angel stack wouldn't be out, completely out there if you're kind of building a ton of lineups.
Right. But, I mean, I think the good way to go, like we said, is to do the stacks in the beginning and then just save your pitching for night. Besides Scherzer, I mean, if Scherzer's able to go, then you want Scherzer tonight.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely with you. So that's going to wrap it up. Lots to talk about on that 7-game slate. Who scores the most runs tonight?
Crap, dude. I'm starting to think Pittsburgh.
It looks good, huh?
Dude, they do look good. I don't know. Yeah, I'm starting to think Pittsburgh, man. I think Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I could see a big Pittsburgh blow up. Yeah, I think them too. I just look like, obviously, I think Washington's probably like the easy call to make, but I don't know. I could see them scoring like maybe 6 or 7 runs, and it all comes on like 1 or 2 guys.
Yeah, I mean,
Rendon, of course.
Don't get me started. You already know who I'm going for tonight. I mean, I'm gonna have him as much as I can. I mean, the epitome of a lock and load against a lefty.
Yeah, I mean, those numbers are just insane. So
unbelievable. I mean, like you said, over 500 WOBA. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah. So I mean, would you say Pittsburgh's our top stack of the night?
Oh man, yeah, I think I would. I really like Milwaukee. I really do. So
Yeah.
I think those for me are the top 2. And if you want to be super contrarian, say, oh no, that wouldn't work then. If the Washington game gets rained out, you can't stack Washington. But if say something happens, you find out something later about Scherzer with his he's not going to go as long because of the neck or just something you don't know, or you just don't want to pitch him because you're worried about his injury or whatever. I think going down and maybe doing like you said, maybe one of those Ramirez Bundy guys and pairing him with either Martinez or Santana or Sutter and stacking Washington is the contrarian way to go.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see that just because of the price tags.
And just, you get 2 cheaper pitchers, hope they do well. You hope Arrieta sucks. You hope Scherzer sucks. And once those 2, if those 2 suck, then it's fair game for everybody.
Yeah, no, it's definitely true. So, I mean, definitely
be ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, I just think definitely that game's going to shake things out where if Scherzer's off the table, I obviously have an easier time fading Arrieta than I do Scherzer, just in general.
Yeah, me too.
Health aside, rain aside,
Yeah, I mean, just talent-wise, I mean, if I fade Arrieta, I'm not really worried as much. If I fade Scherzer, I'm, like, biting my nails every pitch,
Right. So, yeah, I think that's the way to go tonight. I mean, there's different routes, and it's not going to be like a slate where everyone's going to have the same thing.
Right, it's going to be crazy. I mean, that's what I was saying with Milwaukee, Pittsburgh, San Diego, Detroit. They're all similarly priced, so we'll see. Like, some might be more chalky than others, but it's really going to shake some things up. I'm interested to see how this slate goes.
Yeah, I am too. So let's wrap it up with us. You can head over to DaveFantasyCafe.com, check out our great tools and content.